Hey English 9, it's Mrs. Sopiarz-Rianda. I hope you guys are having a great week so far. I am making the next session, Unit 4, Session 4, available to you early, as I mentioned in our session last week, because we do have some modified due dates and some changes coming up because it is approaching quickly for the last couple of weeks of the semester. So right now, you should be finishing up the last third quarter of your novel. Next week, you'll finish up your entire novel. And you can see right here our session plan. So this coming week, it would be this Sunday, and session 3 is due. Now here's what's different. Session 4 that I'm making available early to you right now is due on Friday next week, on the 12th. So I'm not giving you that cushion of a weekend to submit your work next week. That's why I'm making it available to you early so that you can get your work submitted on time. I know that most of you do a lot of work over the weekend, so I wanted to be sure that you have some extra time to work on that. After session 4, we will have final week. The last week of our semester is what is called final week, and I'll go into that in just one second. So you can see here, Unit 4, Session 4, we're going to be wrapping up the novel. It's due again on Friday instead of Sunday. You watch this weekly video, obviously, and let's click onto that session plan. Again, I'm trying to plaster this everywhere, okay, so that you are very aware that our last session, all of this is the end of our new work, session 4. After session 4, you won't have any new work. It is due by Friday, again, the 12th. Okay, so in this unit, we are going to be wrapping up our novel. I know many of you have read your novels over Thanksgiving break, so that's great. But if you haven't, finish it up in session 4. And then you're not going to be having a cumulative course final in this class. Next week is just final week. It's not final, so there's not exams in this course anyway. So in this session, Unit 4, you're going to be finishing up your novel. You're going to write another literary analysis and submit it into Turnitin.com. Remember, we learned about the genre of literary analysis in session 3. And then finally, you're going to do some reflection on your learning in this unit. So what is Final Week? If you're new to Jeffco Virtual, Final Week is a chance for students in every class to complete late work or redo assignments to get their grade where they want it to be. So during Final Week, there's no new assignments in class, but you have the opportunity to resubmit work and any late work except discussion, obviously. You can raise your grade up. You can raise your grade 1 grade up, basically. So if you have an F, you can get up to a D. If you have a C, you want to get up to a B. You can't do work and get all the way from a B to an A, for example. So it's just 1 letter grade. So that is final week, and that is coming up the last week of the semester. Here is our assignment list and the point value and our highly suggested schedule. Please be sure to watch this video. You should be watching it if you already hear me say that, but anyway, and then finish up reading your novel the first 3 days, review literary analysis genre again, and then start drafting your second literary analysis on Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, submit your literary analysis number 2 into Turnitin.com, and then finally submit your Unit 4 reflection into the Dropbox. And so here are our essential questions that are guiding our unit our session and our unit this week. So before you start reading this week, what I would like for you to do is read these prompts before you begin reading. Now the reason I'm asking you to do this, just like we did last week where I asked you to focus on theme as you were going to be doing your reading last week, I also want you to focus on read all these prompts and then have one in mind as you are finishing up your novel. And as you are finishing up your novel, it'll give you an opportunity to think about the prompt. So when it comes to writing it and drafting it, it's a little bit easier, okay? So focus on one of these prompts as you are reading. And then, again, be sure to review what a literary analysis is. This same information from last week. And the requirements are the same. The outline's the same. The requirements are the same. The only thing that's different are the prompts. Last week I gave you one prompt and it was about theme. And so this week I'm giving you the choice to pick one of these writing prompts for your literary analysis. And down here again are examples, exemplars of what a literary analysis looks like, and then of course the rubric. And then you'll be submitting your literary analysis number 2 into turnitin.com. And then our other assignment for this session is a Unit 4 learning reflection. And I love this quote from John Dewey, and he is the founding father of education for the 21st century. So we do not learn from experience, we learn from reflecting on experience. And the same goes for learning. That's how you learn. You reflect on what you have done and what you have experienced. So what I want you to do in this assignment is to reflect on these questions about your learning in Unit 4. Be sure to answer each of these questions thoughtfully in well-developed sentences and use PIA. Finally, submit it into the Dropbox. And then you are done. Like I mentioned, next week is final week, and we will have an opportunity to get your grade up where you want it to be. If you have any questions at all, please let me know. I'm happy to help.